Part 2. Welcome back to our PCT adventure. So we went out of Julian, and like you can see, the wild wind ripped my tent this night. It was a really rough storm, and it didn't hold up that well. We actually have 2 losses to count this sad day. Not only my tent ripped in the night, but also my jet ball disappeared. I'm not sure if it's on its own free will, but it decided not longer to be a part of our adventure. But yeah, that's life. So Weed and I, we have to share a kitchen for the next couple of days, but we don't mind. Look at the views we had. Day 9, new creatures, new caves, and lots more to see this short day in. Just before we went to our Nero day, we hit the 100-mile marker. Very exciting. Like I said, it's only a couple of miles down the PCT, and we get into a nice hitch to get some resupplies and then stay at the Mountain Valley Retreat. Here we had a Nero, so that means we hiked a couple of miles in, stayed the night, got some food, and hitched back out the next morning. Day 10 started a little bit later than planned, so we have already a good heat going on while we're hiking through those fields. We had a little bit of wind going, that was nice. A nice breeze is always good in the sun. So we filtering some water, the daily task you have to do on the PCT. And then we hiked on for a couple of miles until we reach one of the mile markers. That would be the Eagle Rocks. It was very exciting to see that. We got some trail magic going on, and we met some fellow hikers we have seen on and off. Weed and I are ready to spread our wings and keep going on our journey. So we hike on. The scenery changed a little bit. We're going through a kind of forest for a little while, and after the forest we got into another field area where we have some small creatures running away from us, and then the beach. Who had expected that? And look at this creature. I'm pretty sure we'd call it a mole cricket. He have never seen one in his life, and neither have I, but it looks amazing. So, good morning to day number 11, and what a beautiful morning it is. Yeah, it's another day of hiking. We enjoy the morning hikes a lot. I do more than we. Maybe I'm not as good in the sun, so I enjoy it if we get up a little bit early. Then it's a little bit cooler. So we have this nice views in the morning. It's also very beautiful seeing the sun coming up around you. Yeah, we're going into Mike's place to fetch some water for the day. that's the only water cache we have for that day. So we have to bottle up and have a very heavy backpack for this day again. But that's a PCT in the desert, right? We enjoy it anyway. Look at all this beautiful rocks and trees and just the scenery. It's so beautiful. Day 12 starts with a little side trail to fetch some water. And it's not easy to see in the picture in a moment, but it's a really steep climb to get down to the water. And that's how it is sometimes. We do it anyway. So Weed and I, we both very excited about all those creatures out in the wilderness. And we found one really rare specimen. It's flightless and legless, and it's full of sugar. It's called Skittles. Have you ever heard of those? I'm just kidding. Actually here we are saving a really beautiful specimen. That's a snake that was in this water cache on the trail, and yeah, we just pulled it out of there.
So this is a coach whip snake, about 1 meter long. We're setting it free. Go the other way.
Day 13, we woke up to a very windy but beautiful scenery. Look at that.
morning, I'm Week. We're on the Pacific Crest Trail. We're going for breakfast at Mountain Paradise Valley Cafe. We're gonna get hamburgers and we're gonna hike up to San Jacinto soon. We're gonna go to Idyllwild. Right now it's about 2 degrees Celsius. Loving life.
So we did make it to Paradise Valley Cafe. Unfortunately, they didn't serve lunch that early in the day, so we had to do with breakfast. It was very nice though. And we were not the only one having an early lunch desire that day. Look at those. He is catching one fly after the other, and his friend comes and they have to share the meal. So this was one of the few days where it was really hot and no wind, so I had to take out my umbrella to save myself from the sun. We saw new creatures, natural and not so natural, and we just enjoyed our walk. Me slow and steady up the mountains with my umbrella. We having a god lizard sitting on the side, very exciting. So this was one of those days where you plan to go someplace and just have to decide otherwise, because we found this absolutely beautiful place to set up our tents and enjoy the rest of the days. We showing off our socks that my mom made us. They made out of alpaca wool, so they keep us really nice and toasty at night. Thank you very much, Mom. We love those. We're wearing them every night. Yeah, and we're just fooling around a little bit, enjoying the evening.
Crazy. Huh, a white-throated swallow. You see its white throat?
Yes. Throat and...
What?
Waiting for the sunset. It's pretty cold in the wind when the sun is about to set, but isn't it worth it? Look at that, it's so beautiful. Day 14, and we got the most beautiful sunrise at the same campground. It's so beautiful. So we just taking it slow and waiting for the sun to get up before we do. today was an interesting day. One of the reasons were we had to climb over and under about 62 trees that day. That was quite a climb. It was pretty hard, not always easy to decide if you have to go under, over, around. But we made it. It's very exciting though. We thought we pretty good at this and making a sport out of it, more or less, until somebody came up behind us and asked us if we lost some Crocs. And I didn't realize I did, but when I went under some of the trees, I have accidentally lost my Crocs. But Phoenix was so nice to grab them and bring them back to me. Thank you, Phoenix. So this night was one of the worst nights on trail. It was so stormy. I will just show you how noisy it can be during a storm. So you guessed right, I didn't get any sleep that night. So it was good we went into town. Day 15 and I'm just exhausted. I didn't even have the energy to take off my PJs. I just put on my hiking clothes over my pajamas and hiked out of that trail for that night. For that day, I was just done. I was tired and I needed a good night of rest. So we got some good food in Julian and stayed a day and a half, made a 0 out of it.